Hello everyone. In this video we will learn about the definition of circle, what a circle is, its parts and some of the lines which are related to the circle. See here, when we talk about the circle, when you were in the smaller classes, in the primary classes, then the teacher told you that circle is something like this. A bangle was shown to you or a CD was shown to you like this. It is circle, and you were taught that a round even figure is known as a circle. This is round even. Even means what? There are no ups and downs. It is not like this, something like this. This is not a circle. Circle is like this. This is even figure. Now when you are coming to secondary classes, we are learning the definition of the circle like this, that it is a collection of the points, or we call it set of points, which are at a fixed distance from a fixed point. This fixed point here is O, which is known as the center of the circle, and the fixed distance is OA, that is equal to R. We call it the radius of the circle. Or we can also define it like this, that a circle is a plane bounded figure on which every point is at a constant or fixed distance from a fixed point. The fixed point here is O, that is the center of the circle, and the fixed distance of every point on it from this fixed point, the center, is the radius of the circle, which generally we represent by R. So here O is the center, OA is the radius of the circle. What about the circumference? See here, the boundary of the circle, or we call it the perimeter of the circle. This is known as the circumference. It is represented by capital C. And if we want to find out the length of circumference of any of the circle, if we know the radius as R, then the formula can be given as 2 pi R. If we have a circle whose center is O and the radius is R, then it is represented as COR. In the bracket we write the first is the center and the second number is the radius of that particular circle. Now what is an arc? Actually, arc is the smaller part of any of the circumference of a circle. So we can say a part of the circumference of a circle is an arc. Here we can say that this AB is an arc, and the representation of this is like this. On AB we can mark an arc. But what is the difference between AB and BA? This is AB and we write this as BA. Now we have two types of arcs. The smaller arc is known as the minor arc. Here AB is the minor arc, where we can write ACB. ADB is the larger part of the circumference. This is the larger arc, so we call it the major arc, and we can also represent it as BA. So here we have BA as the major arc, AB as the minor arc. What about the degree measure of an arc? See here, suppose we have an arc here AB. What angle it is subtending at the center of the circle? Suppose it is theta here. Then this theta is only known as the degree measure of an arc. So we can say the angle subtended by an arc at the center is known as its degree. So here the degree measure of this AB, that is MAB we write, that is angle AOB, and suppose it is theta, then we write this is theta. Now suppose we want to find out the degree measure of the major arc, then certainly this angle is 360, so it will be 360 minus theta. So degree measure of arc BA is 360 minus theta. What about the congruent arcs or equal arcs? Actually, if two arcs AB and CD are equal, then we call them congruent arcs. But how to say that? Actually, we say that if degree measure of two arcs are equal, then these arcs are also equal. So here we have an arc AB. This is subtending an angle theta at the center. It means degree measure of AB is theta. Same way CD is another arc and its degree measure is also theta. So degree measure of arc AB is equal to degree measure of arc CD. That's why we say AB is congruent to CD. What is the chord of a circle? Any 2 points if we take on the circumference like AB here, the line joining these 2 points is known as the chord of the circle. So we can define it as a line joining any 2 points on the circumference of a circle is known as the chord. What about segments? Actually, this chord is dividing the circle into 2 parts, 2 regions. These 2 regions are only known as the segments of the circle. So we can also define it as a chord divides a circle in 2 segments. Or we can say the circular region bounded between an arc and a chord is known as a segment. Now here we can see this is the smaller region, this is the greater region, the larger region. Smaller region, smaller segment is known as the minor segment, and the larger one is known as the major segment. So here this AB, the lower segment, is the minor segment and the upper one is the major segment. So we can say a chord is dividing the circle into 2 segments. One of them is minor, one of them is major. They may be equal also. And if they are equal, then what? Then these 2 parts will be known as the semicircles. What is a diameter? Diameter actually is also a chord and it is defined in many ways. First one, we can define it as a chord passing through the center is known as a diameter. You can see here, AB is a chord passing through the center. CD is another chord passing through center. So these are the diameters of the circle. The second one, we can say any of the chord we draw here, this is the largest chord. This is also the largest chord. So the largest chord of the circle is the diameter. Number 3, we can define the chord, and this particular definition, the first one, can be added. First we define the chord. We know the chord is a line joining any 2 points in the circumference. So we can write it as a line joining any 2 points on the circumference which passes through the center of the circle is a diameter. And also we can say that a diameter divides the circle into 2 equal halves. As I told you in segments, that if the chord is dividing the circle into 2 equal segments, then they are semicircles. So here we can say this is a diameter which is dividing the circle into 2 equal segments or 2 semicircles or 2 equal halves. Then what is a semicircle? Just now, as I said, semicircle is actually a part of the circle which is divided by the diameter, or we can say a diameter divides a circle into 2 semicircles. You can see here, this is the circle, this is the center O, PQ is a diameter, and upper part the first semicircle, lower part the second semicircle of this. What is a sector? A sector actually is the region of the circle, or we can say circular region, bounded between an arc and 2 radii. So if we draw any 2 radii like OA and OB here, then this particular region which is shaded is one of the sector and unshaded is the another sector. It means a pair of radii also divides into 2 sectors. The smaller one is known as the minor sector and the greater one, the larger one, is known as the major sector. So here you can see the shaded is the minor sector, unshaded one is the major sector. Now what about the secant? If we draw a line which is intersecting a circle in 2 points, that 2 points are distinct, then this line is known as a secant. So how can we define it? A straight line which intersects a circle in 2 distinct points is a secant. Here we find xy is secant intersecting at A and B. So what is the difference between a chord and a sector? A chord actually is a line joining 2 points on the circumference. It means AB is the chord, whereas this line comes outside the circle also. It may go up to infinite length. This is the secant of the circle. Next is tangent. A secant intersects at 2 points. If it intersects only at 1 point, then it is a tangent. So what we can say about the tangent? A straight line which intersects the circle at only 1 point, or sometimes we say which touches the circle at 1 point, is the tangent to the circle. Here you can see LM is the tangent, where it touches at point P. This point where this is touching the circle or intersecting the circle is known as the point of contact. So here point of contact is P. Now we learn about the concentric circles. Concentric, name itself tells, concentric, same center. So any of the 2 or more circles if we have such that the center is common but radii are different, are known as concentric circles. Like here you see 2 circles with center O, but their radii are R and R dash. So COR and COR dash, they are concentric circles if R and R dash are not equal. What about the area or region between them? The region between these 2 circles or concentric circles is known as the circular ring. Now about the congruent circles. Congruent means equal. So 2 circles may be or will be equal if their radii are same. Centers may be different. Like here we have 2 circles whose centers are O and O dash, but radius R, here also radius R. This is we are finding OA and this is O dash B. Both are equal. So we can say that COR and CO dash R are congruent circles or equal circles. So here we have discussed about the circle, definitions related to it and the parts of it. In the next video, we will be learning about the properties of chords and the theorems based on chords. Thanks for watching my video. If you have any comments or doubts, leave them in the comment box and I will get back to you.